Right, here's another random PBR battle. This is just another save file I actually had on it, which is only about 4 hours of gameplay, so I've obviously not played it that much. I'm not actually that sure on the team. I don't really know what any of them are supposed to do, if this is quite an old team, I mean, why I never did it and even played it that much. But yeah, I'm thinking I'll just go with these three guys. I'm not sure if Azumarill or Garchomp, because he's got a Groudon, so Azumarill will be quite weakened in terms of its water moves against it, and so we can just think for Garchomp then. It was actually quite interestingly enough a Specs Chomp, which I didn't know at the time. I just thought it was a normal standard Chomp. I actually quite liked it. I think the Specs Chomp actually started using just before Garchomp got banned in Diamond and Pearl, or Diamond Pearl Platinum, whenever it was back then. So it was kind of disappointing, so I never really got to use it that much, and it wasn't that great ever. But it's quite fun and quite a bit of a surprise just to use in standard. Even now, in black and white, I could probably use it, but I don't really want to. So yeah, he doesn't actually lead Groudon, which is the main reason I allowed the Moltres, so I could get a sun-powered overheat, but they didn't do it. And Darkrai still got his biggest problem here because of Dark Void, so I'm going to overheat it, then Meteor Mash it, but I should have overheated and Bullet Punch, and that would have actually KO'd it. Because I didn't actually know at the time, but I wasn't even showing speed, that the Moltres is Scarf, so I'm going to outspeed, I'm going to get the overheat off, and I'm going to do a ton of damage to Darkrai, but not enough to KO it. And if I went for the Bullet Punch, I would have KO'd it before I went for the Dark Void and put both my guys to sleep, which is a really bothersome problem. And I don't think there is a rule on the random battles and Pokemon Battle Revolution of how many Pokemon you can put to sleep. I know Dark Void attacks both at once, so that's kind of like fair enough. But if I switched out with, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have any in-game set rules that would stop Dark Void and either two Pokemon. So I'm thinking, maybe I'll go for YouTube. Oh, I'm Choice Scarf, never knew that. And it's probably better to switch it anyways, it's most likely going to sleep most of the time anyway. So it's just a Garchomp, just for the sake of switching Garchomp. It's like, oh, Choice Specs on, that's quite good. And I'm going to just keep Metagross in, because I don't want to switch Camerupt and Garchomp in on the chance that both get put to sleep. So at least have one thing that's awake and trying to wake up the other things. So I'll just go to Garchomp, and I actually get the first turn wake up with Metagross, which is brilliant. I get the Bullet Punch off, and I get rid of that annoying Darkrai, because even having it awake, it's still there, and something else sleeping, even though I didn't actually have any sleeping at that point, because Metagross woke up. And the Nightmare ability, or Bad Dream ability, actually not Nightmare ability, that's an attack, it's got to be quite bothersome taking away the health all the time. So Giratina just dive bombs and Metagross, and yeah. Doing that he uses Shadow Force, is it? I wasn't paying attention to what the attack's called and can't remember it. You can kind of tell their skill level battling, so it's probably not the best, but it's still, I don't know, it's still a nice random battle to see. I doubt you're really getting too many good teams in that battling on PBR. Even my team's not even that good, because I'm using one when I first started battling. And as well as that, you have black and white with the random battles, which everyone's obviously what I use, and then you have the battle simulators as well, like Pokemon Online, which more people probably use. I doubt Pokemon Battle Revolution is something everyone's going to be like, I'm going to play Pokemon Battle Revolution and have lots of fun with it. So yeah, I can't remember what moves I went for. I think I've just got to bombard Mewtwo with attacks. I didn't want to Bullet Punch at this time in case Draco Meteor missed. And even with the Choice Specs Draco Meteor, Mewtwo just flies barely, and I'm lucky it's Fire Blast missed those. It probably would have killed Metagross, or almost, and Giratina does what it does all throughout the match, and vanish, because it's the only move they ever use. I guess there's a chance they might have given it a choice item for some reason. It doesn't seem very fast, it doesn't seem very strong, so I doubt it. It didn't seem like there was any point to keep using Shadow Force or whatever it's called. So yeah, I was lucky enough to be able to get rid of Mewtwo, and glad I actually went for the Meteor Mask because I got the +1 attack. Even I don't think the +1 attack really helped me greatly in terms of, like, if I didn't have the +1, I think everything would have been exactly the same, and my mic thing just fell there, and the sound quality might have went weird there, whatever. So I'm just going to, what am I going to do? I can't honestly remember. Oh yeah, this turn he's got his Metagross and his Giratina out. I think I'll switch into Camerupt, then I could like Meteor Mash Giratina and I could just Lava Plume or Earth Power Metagross. And I think, why don't I just switch to Moltres, try and make it up, and I go for Earthquake with Metagross and damage both of them. I guess, I don't know, the Kenrat solution could have worked as well, but I was kind of fearing that his Metagross might have Earthquake, so switching Kenrat and having Metagross out at the same time, both getting hit by an Earthquake, would be pretty bad, especially Kenrat since getting hit by 2 Earthquakes. I don't think his Metagross actually had Earthquake, he goes for the Protect, and yeah, Giratina does Shadow Burst. It is called Shadow Burst. I've not actually been paying attention to the name the once or 2 times to start to attack. And actually there's a hefty amount to Moltres, who's probably not that bulky. Earthquake's not going to hit him, Earthquake's going to hit Giratina because it's actually on the battlefield and not actually do that much even with last one. And I guess the plus one kinda helped KO on Giratina in the end, but yeah, still not hugely useful. And Moltres is still asleep, so I'm not actually sure if I go for an attack when I'm asleep and I don't get the attack off, I can switch around attack. I presume so I can, but I just go for the overheat because I say overheat and air slash are probably my only 2 options for relay attack. I could go for the Will-O-Wisp, but it seems a bit pointless just to get a slow amount of steady damage taking them down. I could just go for a full frontal attack. But Moltres still remains asleep, Giratina flies off, and his Metagross doesn't protect. I think it protected last turn, so I'm not going to hit it, and I can't hit Giratina this time because it's not on the field. And one weird random thing with Moltres there is the fact that it's actually standing on the ground, and it's still immune to ground attacks. I know it's obviously a flying type and flying things are immune to it, but if it's standing on the ground it just looks silly. I guess in this guy's actually probably got Protect, Meteor Mass, Explosion, and possibly Bullet Punch. I never actually saw his first move. Probably went for Meteor Mass. He actually got Attack Raise, which may have helped him later on in match. It wasn't completely game changing though, and I got a +1 as well, so it's kind of fair. Both Metagrosses get +1 attack. So let's see, I'm actually not even paying attention to the attacks now. Oh yeah, he protects again, and what do I do? Can't remember. Oh yeah, just do the usual thing. Attack with Moltres, he doesn't wake up, go with Earthquake with Metagross, and yeah. There's probably actually a reason here why he was attacking Metagross with Shadow Force, so his own Metagross can explode and actually take out my Metagross. If he Shadow Force Moltres, he would have actually, I guess if he Shadow Force Moltres, he could have took that out, first might have been Canrat and exploded, and probably almost or definitely took out most of my team, almost. Quite low HP, and Giratina would be able to try and handle the rest I guess. But he doesn't. So I'm actually trying to play clever here. I'm thinking, right, Moltres got to wake up this turn. I'll KO Metagross, I'll Bullet Punch Giratina just for that little bit of damage, and everything will go great. But to my disappointment, it didn't actually really go as well as I hoped. I do get the Bullet Punch off. There's no reason why Bullet Punch wouldn't have worked unless, I guess, he had Protecting Giratina. That is a fair amount of damage considering damage Earthquake did. I know it's bad, but it's still quite a low powered move. Moltres remains asleep and must wake up next turn, but Metagross goes for an explosion. Yeah! It takes out Moltres, which would have been definite, and Metagross, I'm thinking probably on its HP, he probably would have took it out without his +1 attack anyway, and it's probably the main reason Giratina kept attacking Metagross, so the explosion would take it out, since Steel resists normal, which explosion being a normal type attack, and I'm pretty sure most of you already know that, but I'm still stating it because I like stating the obvious. So yeah, it's taking out 2 of my guys. I forgot I actually still have Garchomp though, so okay, what I said earlier about Moltres, KO net with Shadow Force is well not the best idea anyway. I can bring Canrat out and I absolutely love its 3D model. It's just its face and how happily evil and sinister it looks, and it's like, I want to eat you, and yeah, I just love it. So I'm just going to Earth Power Giratina when it comes back. I don't know what move to go for. I think that's Hidden Power Electric, so I'm probably not going to do much damage against it with enemy attacks. Surf would be quite funny, seeing as I'll probably KO Cameron if I actually go for that. And I only have 1 PP left of Dragon Meteor, I believe, providing that pressure works when Giratina is actually temporarily off screen. So Shadow Force's Garchomp, Earth Power, and I think I get crit here, but I doubt it really mattered. Oh, the killed anyway, and Counter does a pretty good special attack, and that's the end of the game. So thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed. I'll maybe have more random PBR battles up soon, and definitely more black and white battles. I doubt many people are interested in the PBR ones, but it's still fun and I like just testing out recording from the Wii. So yeah, thank you for watching, see you next time, and hope you enjoyed.